What's up, people? It's Jedediah Brown here. Coach Brown's Gibborim. Gibborim! I'm just starting this here YouTube page. Trying to put up some videos. Just to talk about stuff I like to talk about. This particular channel, I'm going to be talking about heroes. Gibborim. Now, the word Gibborim is Hebrew for mighty men. Has a bunch of different meanings that deals with the might of a person. They have, it can be used for, as I realize I can see straight up my nose. Let me adjust this camera just a little bit. Boom. All right, that's a little better. It can be used for talking about Nephilim, the giants. It can be used talking about kings. It can be used talking about the Most High Yah. Most High Yahuwah. Excuse me. But on this channel, I'm going to be talking about humans. Those who show might in the ordinary world. Those who exhibit greatness when everybody else is being mediocre. Those who are showing exceptional ability, and whatever the ability is. Like, now, I'm a sports guy, so it might be mostly sports, but you can do that. You can show your ability, exceptional ability, in other ways. Could be in ministry, could be on your job, could be with your children, could be with your wife, could be with your community, all those things. And if I see them, I'm going to be talking about them. Today, though, I want to talk about the recent Heisman Trophy winner, Travis Hunter. He's truly a Gibborim. He's truly a Gibborim. Or you can say a Gibbor man. Gibborim. I like Gibborim. So what I want to ask and answer in this video real quick is this, because I'm listening to all the back and forth about if he should have won it, or if Ashton Genty should have won it, or if somebody else should have won it, or whatever the case is. I just want to ask this question. Okay? If you were able, you listening to this, watching this right now, if you were able to play Iron Man football in college, D1 level, is that not more valuable than just being on one side of the ball? And if the answer is yes, isn't that what the Heisman is supposed to exhibit? The best player in college football. You can be the best on one side here, one side there. But if you're one of the best on both sides, doesn't that make you more valuable than anybody else? Now, I know what you're going to say. Jack of all trades, master of none. Doesn't necessarily mean he's not a master of none. But let's look at this. How much does it actually matter, the mastery, if he's playing 140 snaps a game on a regular basis? I think the least he's played in a full game was like 120, 115 or something like that. On a regular basis. And you still can't throw on him. He willingly tackles. His tackles have, in some cases, won games. And he's still putting up 100-something yards on the receiving end with a couple of touchdowns on a regular basis. Now, if you split him up and just look at him on offense and then just look at him on defense, both those players are still getting drafted to the NFL within the first 3 rounds. I'm being nice with that, because I actually think he's probably a first rounder, maybe early second rounder on both sides, depending on team need. Let's be real. So we're sitting here talking about why he shouldn't. Sorry, I'm not sitting there talking about this. I'm listening to people sit here and talk about why he shouldn't do this, why he shouldn't be this, why he shouldn't be that. But he showed you on the field. And if you're not seeing that on the field, that means you're not watching. It is what it is. Now, Ashton Jeanty, the best running back in the league right now. In college. He will be a great running back in the league. But it's funny how last year, all these great running backs coming out of the league, out of college, going into the league, the whole talk was how diminished the position is in the NFL. All the running backs looking for contracts last year. Josh Jacobs, Saquon Barkley, all those guys looking for contracts last year. And all the talk was, really doesn't matter what you do at this position because it's a devalued position. But now all of a sudden it's a value position in 1 year. Still the same game. How's it a value position now and it wasn't last year? So I guess what I'm saying is, if we're going to put a value on a college player, wouldn't it make more sense to put a greater value on something that we don't see on a regular basis? We're always going to have a great running back. We're always going to have a great receiver. Always going to have a great DB. Always going to have a great quarterback. Always going to have somebody a great at those positions, or at least the top 5 in those positions. But we've never had a top 5 in 2 positions in one person. Top 5, 2 positions, one person. Never had it. There's no question in my mind why Travis Hunter is the Heisman Trophy winner. And if he wasn't in Colorado and he did it in other places, then he still would be the Heisman Trophy winner. But I'm not dealing in what ifs. That's the other big problem I keep seeing. The other big issue. I only asked this question just to show you the value of him. But everybody seems to be dealing in what ifs. Well, what if this happened? What if this happened? Well, what if DM wasn't his coach? What if blah, 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 blah. He did it on the field in real time, real life. He's got, if my numbers are right, I believe it's 10 100-yard games. I believe he's got, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he's got at least 8 multiple touchdown games this year. 4 interceptions. Could have had 6. Could have had 7, I think. But he's got 38 targets. And he's only given up 1 touchdown the entire season. 1. And that was a failed moment of unfocusedness. I know it's not a word, but that's my word. Unfocusedness. This entire season. His eyes were somewhere else. And he even said as much afterwards. Yet I messed up. His eyes were somewhere else for a split second. Little buddy got past him and gone. But that touchdown didn't matter. They smacked that team. They smacked Arizona by a wide margin. I don't think that's an issue. And I'm pretty sure all the other DBs gave up more than one touchdown. And he's got 14 touchdowns on the offensive side. I know that's not tops, but that's not crap either. I gotta look that up and see where he falls on that. But to be honest with you, it really doesn't matter. To be honest, it doesn't matter. Why can't we just be good with it? I'm just sitting here thinking about all the other, the last three at least, Heisman Trophy winners. Because one of the arguments is he didn't go to playoffs. Yeah, he got a winning record, but he didn't go to playoffs. He didn't do enough. The last two quarterbacks that's won the Heisman Trophy did not go to the playoffs. Nobody's saying nothing about that. Nobody has no issues with other people not going to playoffs, winning the Heisman Trophy. Johnny Manziel, if I remember right, when he won the Heisman Trophy, did not go to playoffs. Did not go to national championship game. Because I think, if I remember right, I think it was a two team. Could have been a 4-team then. But either way, Johnny Manziel was not in it. Was not in that playoff picture. His team was not in the national championship. But he still won a Heisman Trophy. I was talking to somebody on Facebook today, and their argument was Ashton Jeanty should have won because he's about to press on Barry Sanders' rushing record, college rushing record. But I feel like that can be debunked because when you look at it, he's played 12 regular season games and 1 championship game, Mountain West championship game. That's where his numbers sit right now. But he still hasn't beaten his record. He's got a playoff game, and if they win, they got another playoff game, however many playoff games they got left to beat that. And I think he's close to it, but he hasn't beaten it yet. But Barry Sanders did not go to the playoffs or the national championship that year and only played 11 games. So yes, it's special. But that's the only thing that people have in comparison. He's the best running back this year. Cool. But Travis will light you up and shut you down at the same time. It's no comparison. It's no comparison. Just be okay with it. Stop playing. All right. This year, this college season is Travis Hunter's coming out party. He's going to be great in the league. Whether they let him play both sides fully like he wants to, or they give him package on either side, doesn't matter. He's going to have a great career. He's going to be fine. He's a Gibborim. He's a mighty man. And he's going to show what it is. Now, having said that, Ashton Jeanty is also a Gibborim. He's also mighty in his own right. He's going to show who he is when he gets to the league. So this is no slight. This is no downplaying of Ashton Jeanty. I just am of the belief that Travis Hunter deserved that trophy more than he did. On top of the fact that Travis has 7 other trophies outside of the daggone Heisman. And then they chose not to put him in the Thorpe Award, and there was another award he should have got, just to keep everybody honest. Just to say, well, let somebody else win this. But I don't really care about that. But it just proves the point that he was the best player in college football, no matter how you look at it. The best one. So let's be done with this conversation and move on. All right. Again, Jedediah Brown, Coach Brown, Gibborim. Thank you for joining me.